Darkness has descended upon the city, and the creatures of the night have begun to stir. This is the time when the veil between the realms of the living and the dead is the thinnest, and all that is not what it appears to be. Like a lone sentinel, one candle flickers in the night, revealing all that lurks in the darkness. This is Ghost Chronicles, Book of Shadows. Welcome to the nightmare.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ghost Chronicles, Book of Shadows. I am that lone candle flickering in the darkness. With me, my co-host, my favorite West Coast witch, the sexy Marla Brooks.
Hello. So you're not Skyped, huh?
Nope, I am on a phone. Why, dear? Does that bother you?
No, not at all. You sound just as grouchy now as you then. It's okay.
Wait a minute, I just gave you 2 compliments.
I know you did. Okay, I take it back. I owe you 2 then.
Wow. Some women are never satisfied.
Oh, well.
My wife can't say that, but...
Oh, Saint Jan she's a saint.
Yeah, well, that's just a rumor. Anyways, welcome to Book of Shadows. I am Ron Koch. That is Marla Brooks. And why don't you introduce our guest tonight? Because I'm flying blind as usual.
Yeah, well, more than usual, because at least, you're a little bit away from us. Our guest tonight is Barry and Connie Strohm, and they're channelers. And they've been on my show a lot of times, talking about different people and all good stuff like that. And so that's what we're going to talk about. But, the first thing that I was going to mention, and I think I've asked you, Barry.
What? Before you go that way,
yeah.
Do I have to be nice to him?
Yes, you do.
Oh, crap. All right.
So, Barry, all right, let me start with this, Ron. When you were not most of your adult life, you didn't think about ghosts and things like that. And it took, a near-death experience for you to kind of open up to that?
Correct.
No, it just kind of happened. We had that antique gallery, and we were surrounded with ghosts there. And all of a sudden, it became apparent that maybe there is more to life than just what I thought there was.
See, now both of you and Ron have the same thing, in a sense, because Ron's opened his eyes about that and now wants to learn and all different types of metaphysical things, but didn't think about that before. And you had your life, and stuff, and then you got the antique gallery and you got more than you bargained for. So it's kind of interesting that both of you have the same thing. You did not grow up being that way.
No, not until I was about 60.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he's going to say that was a kid compared. But, and it's kind of interesting because, I don't know that. I grew up always being that way. My mom said she saw deaf people. My great-grandmother was a witch, all that stuff. So that wasn't, it was just second nature to me. But then, you were doing all the ghosty things, Barry, and then where did the channeling come in?
Wait a minute. Yeah, let's start at the beginning there, Marla. You just jumped over 10/4 of the life.
Well, it's just because I know them. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know them, but my listeners don't know them. So
there you go.
All right for you.
I'm
so
kicking.
Barry and Connie, how did you first get involved in it? She said you were interested in ghosts first, and before you came channelers. So, give us what your life was like.
Well, it was a long process. I was a civil engineer. I have a business management degree. I ran stone quarries and concrete businesses, and pretty far from the ghost business. And we had wound up as a little sideline. We bought this antique gallery, and we had I mean, everybody that worked for me was telling us all these things taking places. And finally, I had to spend some time there, and I found out there was some weird stuff going on. We had a professional group come in, do an investigation, and there was a psychic with them. And I never even met a psychic before. And all of a sudden, when she was talking to a couple of our spirits in the store, and the stories, I mean, we got some amazing photos out of it. We had pictures of ghosts. And I started to realize what was going on around us. We were about 8 miles from Gettysburg, and I started going out on the battlefield and taking pictures. And all of a sudden, I found out just how many ghosts there were in that town and area.
So we actually have very similar lives, because I owned a manufacturing company that people experience things and everything else, talk to people that weren't there and so forth. And I didn't believe in any of that stuff. So that was my first thing, is going in and trying to figure out what the heck they were talking about. So in a way, it's similar, except that I didn't bring anybody ghost to the people in. So did you form your own ghost hunting group, or was it just...
No, I just I started spending a lot of time on the battlefield. Got a lot of amazing photos out there, and my friend said, you got great pictures. You ought to write a book about it. So I wound up. That was my first book, was Hunting History of the Battle of Gettysburg, and then one thing led to another, and we ran into some people that taught us channeling. And Connie, why don't you tell us the story of how you met Sammy?
When we left Florida and became full-time residents here in Utah, about a month later, after we became full-time residents, I got called for jury duty. And I was chosen. And I was sitting beside this lady in the waiting room. And she and I became friends instantly. And we didn't really discuss the ghosty type thing at that point. Because we didn't know what she was doing, and we didn't know what we were going to be doing. So after about 3 years, we were back at the store and getting attention from the other side. And I called her and I was telling her about it. And she said, "Oh, now that you're doing that, I can tell you what my family's been up to for the last 40 years, and you won't think I'm crazy and then ditch me." And I said, "Oh, what's your family been doing?" She said that they've been channeling. They have a channeling board that the spirits helped them design, sort of along the lines of...
Rebecca, Connie, let me interrupt you there. What is a channeling board?
It's similar to a Ouija board, but it's got glass on top of it, and you put lemon oil on top of it, and then you take a crystal, it's like a shot glass, and flip it upside down.
Oh, yeah.
You have two people putting their fingers on it, and then the spirits will move it around.
Yeah, we call it glass swirling. Yeah.
The major difference was the letters and numbers were just simply in a circle on the outside of the board.
Yeah.
Where, the Ouija board configuration. And they gave us this very special prayer that they told us to always use for protection. And Connie and I started to practice using the channeling board. And that's really how we first communicated with them.
So, I mean, you have a pretty sound background, and when you first started doing this channeling board, I mean, you started getting results. What was it like for you? Are you like, did you want to know more? Are you curious? Did you want to look more? Or did you just eat it all up and say, "Oh, wow, this is amazing, da, da, da"?
Well, I think it was shock. The way it all started is we had the store in Pennsylvania, and I was back in Salt Lake. And they invited me to go to one of their channeling sessions. And I walked in, and they had the board there, and they were sitting on each side. And the first message that came across the board for them was, "Hello, Barry, we've been waiting for you."
Oh, so, cool.
Needless to say, that got my attention.
Yeah, you forgot something.
What?
It was, "Hello, soon to be famous Barry Strohm. We've been waiting for you."
Really?
We shook our heads.
Well, if that's what Connie heard, I guess so.
It was.
But anyway, I was totally intrigued because then they went on to tell me about all the things I was doing back in Pennsylvania. Introduced me to my guide, told me who my writing guide was for the first book, told me about the spirits we were talking to in the store. So, needless to say, we were hooked.
I guess you would. So, Marla, I cut you off to find out a little bit. Do you remember your question was, is it gone in the wind?
It's gone because, I'm old. But here's the thing, too, that you want to know about, that when he was doing the channeling with the board, eventually he didn't need the board anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Barry, jump in about that.
Yeah, I mean, we were really fast on this thing once we really got into it. I mean, I had the glass fly across so hard it would hit the side of the board and fly. One night I even watched him move the glass without us having our fingers on it. But we were starting to get some fairly complicated messages, and I realized that when I would hit the first letter of a word, I'd hear the word in my head. So I thought, well, that's strange. And then the guides came in. They said, you don't need the board anymore. Just speak what you're hearing. I said, well, I'm not that confident. They said, do it. You'll be amazed. And I started not using the board anymore. And now it's almost conversational with the other side.
Now, you call yourself what do you call yourself?
That's a leading question. I'm not sure.
Are you a trance medium?
I don't. What's that? I don't know. I can see them. I can hear them. Sometimes they wake me up at night. But I can speak literally with any spirit that you want me to speak with.
As long as it's evil spirit.
Yeah. We don't. First thing he told us was never invite evil.
Are you speaking with dead people? Or are you speaking with something else?
I've spoken with Bigfoot. I've spoken with aliens. I've spoken with dead humans. They've all got to be on the other side. Well, not really. I can talk to my cats, and they're on this side yet. But no, it's really kind of an amazing ability that I come up with.
It is. It's very interesting in a lot of ways. I mean, I have worked with a trance medium for 20 odd years, so I have some familiarity with it. But she speaks basically to the dead. I know there are other trance. Well, they're not mediums. See, we don't really call them trance mediums. We call them more channelers, in that they channel other spirits, as you mentioned, other things. So, I mean, I know it's very fuzzy area for me, so that's why it's difficult.
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what the title is. I refer to myself as a psychic because I do psychic things at times. But...
So psychic, you see the future.
Yeah.
And his abilities have advanced to the point where the spirits can take over his head and talk, and sometimes he doesn't even know what he has said because
right,
just take over.
That's a trance.
Yeah,
it's a very light one because I can come in, just instantly come in and out of it depending on who we're talking to. When we do the shows, Connie always asks the questions because it's confusing for the listeners if I would ask the questions and answer them. So I'd like to have questions in one voice and then I answer them in mine. But sometimes they'll take over my voice. I'll sound differently. When we channeled with Mahatma Gandhi, he had me do the whole show in an Indian accent. So it's when we did Billy the Kid, and I did it with his Western accent.
Interesting.
So they completely take over, and I have no idea what the answers to this stuff's going to be when we ask the questions.
And you might want to go ahead.
Go ahead, Connie. Oh, Marla, whoever it was.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, working with Maureen, it's like if she goes into these deep trances, she absolutely does not know anything that she's doing, saying, or whatever. I mean, in fact, when we wrote our books together, Ghost Chronicles and more Ghost Chronicles, I mean, the parts that she deep channeled were the ones that I actually had to write, or we had to go back on film or audio to make sure it was absolutely right. So yeah, I can see the deep channeling part of it, where the spirit is actually, you're actually speaking to the spirit. She's just a vessel for the spirit.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, and on one of our radio shows, we do roundtable discussion with ghosts. We'll have 3 guests and just let them have a conversation and discuss back and forth. Sometimes,
really?
Sometimes I have a problem knowing who I'm talking to, but the answers are pretty good. Sunday night on Channeling History, we had Socrates, Marius Aurelius, and Sigmund Freud, and we discussed the evolution of humans. So it was really an interesting discussion.
I think that's intriguing, but hard for me personally to comprehend.
It's hard for me to comprehend.
It's like, I don't know. It's like the Ouija board they have now that gives you direct access to God. You can skip the middleman, just go right to God. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, and I'm not saying anything against you, because I know you believe what you believe, but being from
after
a scientific background, it's hard to
done 10 books and 620 videos, you believe pretty strongly.
Yeah, I totally understand. And in your show, are you still doing your show?
Channeling History, yeah.
He's like you. He has a few shows. Both of you guys, you're both all crazy. I'm having trouble with one, but no, two.
And she co-hosts now with me on one of mine.
Yeah, but we're doing 4 shows a week right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so if people want to hear these shows, where can they find them?
Well, they're pretty. We always put everything up on YouTube, so that's really the archive of everything that we do. But the other show, and then we're putting all the shows up now with they're on all the audio platforms, the Spotify's. Yeah. Podbeam. We're putting right now. We're on. I think the last time I looked, we had like 30 different platforms we're on with it.
Yeah, it's amazing nowadays how quickly.
Oh yeah.
You got, especially if you have a decent show. So,
no, we had the new shows called Hello Heaven, and in the last 2 weeks we've been in 50 foreign countries with it. So
excellent.
It is very strange how easy it is to get out there now.
So the Hello Heaven, what is the premise of that show?
Well, we're doing a little bit of everything, but we want to just tell you about all the aspects of heaven. We had one guest. We were doing near-death experiences where we have guests. It's a different format for us because we're using listeners. We pre-record interviews with them, and a lot of them have supernatural experiences, near death. But we're basically doing anything that is heaven related.
And last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess now, we actually had a woman from Iran want to be on our show, and she wanted to talk to Muhammad. That's why I let Barry do most of the talking. But she had several very good questions, and Muhammad answered them all for her.
Yeah, we did a 30-minute interview with her, and she asked questions, and the Prophet came in and answered the questions for her because she was asking questions about Islam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See,
well,
my
ninth book was channeling the Prophet Muhammad, so we're old friends.
Okay, so I was just going to say, for someone who's not familiar with their religion, to be able to answer questions is pretty good. But you have a book out on it, so you are familiar with it. So okay, that answers that question.
What we did in the book is we let people that were members of the Islamic faith ask all the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So we would take, 20, 25 questions that people sent to us in emails, and then we would channel the prophet and get his answers, and we incorporated all of that into a book for him.
And one thing that I was going to mention too, when he's channeling, there's a go-between, and her name is Laura. And so you want to introduce Laura to everybody?
Well, Laura's our master guide, and she's the one that really does all the work and sets the stuff up. And we've done shows where we've just simply channeled with Laura, where she's told about what spirit guides do for everyone. She's a very high master, and she brings us anyone we want to talk to.
Intriguing.
Yes, that's a good word for it. Intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I don't understand it all either.
Yeah.
I just know that this is the way it is.
This is your life.
We've solved crimes through it for people. We've done predictions. I posted 6 months before it happened that the last pope was going to retire. I mean, we've predicted earthquakes in other countries through her, and she's done some amazing stuff for us. It's absolutely real. I mean, even when our cat decided to come back to us, I was talking to our cat on the other side, and we asked him if he'd come back for us. And the message came back, I will return to you as a black kitten in 13 months. Within 1 week of when she said it, this little black kitten finds us. It's an amazing story. But I mean, there's no way around it. It's true. It's just, for some reason, they decided to give me this ability, and I try to help people with it.
So it's just like, it's, I mean, of all the people in the world, and it's billions of people in the world, why have they chosen you? Have you ever got that answer? I'm sure you were asked.
Yes, I have asked, actually, and I do have the answer, but I'm not going to tell you.
Fair enough.
Nobody would believe it if I told you, so I'm not going to tell you.
Fair enough.
Tell you part of it. He was sent back by God to do what we're doing right now.
Okay. So is that a reincarnation thing?
Yes.
No. Okay.
I'll give you just a little hint. I knew Jesus in life.
Okay, so you're as old as I am. Then. All right, that works. Makes sense.
Well, we've had a ton of prior lives.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I've looked at your website before I lost internet and everything else, and I noticed there's all kinds of things on your page. I mean, you have like fairy photographs.
Mm-hmm.
Why fairy photographs? If you're into channeling and giving messages from the other side, why fairy photographs? I'm just curious.
Why not? I mean, they wanted people to know that fairies are real. So I've got probably 100 pictures of fairies.
You do. You have quite a few of them on there.
Oh, yeah. One night I was followed by an alien drone. I got 40 frames of that. So that happened while I was writing the alien books. So
It's like with you guys, not you guys, Ron, and when you were out with Maureen that time, and you ran into the puckgoji.
Oh boy.
I still love that. I really do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and do you still have that thing? Huh? Okay. Do you still have that thing on YouTube with it?
It's not mine. It's out there though, for sure. I mean, everybody else has it. Have usually no credit whatsoever, even though Maureen are in it. and I are in it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like when
Yeah.
Puckwudgies attack, that's Maureen channeling and me kicking the ass of the whatever she's channeling and drawing it back. So yeah. Anyways, that's on there.
There's lots of elementals out there, and stuff. So yeah, some people don't believe it, but
That's one of the most frightening of all of them.
what, the Puckwudgie?
Yeah.
I like
That's kind of a New England thing.
I like the idea of the name. The name is, draws you in. But I don't think I want to run and get to hide with them because they're mean and nasty.
Yes.
There's enough people in this world. We don't need to worry about Puckwudgies too.
Yeah. So I know that we're coming up to the break. I'm not sure. I thought I heard 2 minutes, and we must be close to a minute now. So I've got to 30 seconds. Got to take a break. You're listening to Ghost Chronicles Book of Shadow right here on TogiNet with Marla Brooks and Ron Kolick, and our special guests are who?
I was looking at something else. Barry and Connie Strohm.
Thank you very much. And we're brought to you by Circles of Wisdom, 286 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts, the Gallant Messier Family Dog, Route 15, High Street, North Andover, Massachusetts. And our very good friends on Ghost Chronicles Radio on Patreon. Become a member and have access to over 50, 60 videos and exclusively for our members. So we'll be right back after the following messages with Barry and Connie.
Do you have a paranormal event, book, or something else you want people to know about? Then why not advertise it on Ghost Chronicles Radio? With over 150,000 downloads a month, get your message out to an audience that's interested in the subject. We have a plan at a cost that fits your needs. For more information, contact Ron Kolick at anyghostproject@comcast.net or call 978-455-6678.
Located in Illinois, there lies a sleepy little town where nothing is a common occurrence.
You going to that party in town tonight? Heck yeah! I only turned 18 once.
That is until the night of celebration.
Where the hell is she? Oh no. No, Jessica! What's happening?
From the creators of Shadowhunters, Bite Me, comes a tale of primal terror and grindcore mayhem. Shadowhunters, kill, Jessica, kill!
Hello, can you hear me? My name is Harry Price. I am speaking to you via the medium of the Ghost Box. Many of you will know I carried out the first live radio broadcast from Haunted House way back in 1936 for the BBC. Now, thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I am still able to keep abreast of 21st century ghost hunting by listening to Ghost Chronicles International on TogiNet, ParaX Radio, the Ghost Channel, and even on something called a podcast. Two splendid chaps host it. One is an American who calls himself New England's own Van Helsing, although I have discovered his real name is Ron Kolick. The other is Stephen Parsons, and he's a paranormal scientist. Well, mustache, I am required elsewhere on something called a K2. But don't forget, I'll be listening in every Tuesday from 8 o'clock in Great Britain and 3 o'clock on the American Eastern Seaboard. I trust you will join me there.
And welcome back to Ghost Chronicles, the Book of Shadows with Ron Kolick, my favorite Van Helsing. I'm co-host Marla Brooks, and our guests tonight are Barry and Connie Strohm. So, Ron, still there?
Of course I am.
Okay, you're quiet.
A little perplexed, but you brought us back. I'm very happy. Made my day.
Oh, good. Thank you. I just, I learn. It takes a while, but I learn.
Doesn't take much to please me. Ha.
Yeah. That's not true. So I want to talk about some of the other shows, Barry and Connie, that you have. They're kind of interesting, and they have to do with religion and people like that. And Ron is religious, and so let's talk about some of that.
Okay. Wednesday mornings we do a show called A Weekly Message from Jesus. We've been doing it for 3 years now, and I channel a live message from him. Well, when we sit down, I absolutely have no idea what he's going to talk about, what he's going to say. We just simply do a little intro, and he comes in with his energies, and he gives us these great messages. He's been doing it now. We did one this morning, and it was another really good message. Sunday mornings, we do a thing called a Sunday sermon. And on that one, we channel any Holy Spirit decides he wants to speak this week. We've had angels. We've done, I think, close to all 20 of the archangels on the show. We've done all of the disciples. Peter's been around quite a few times. Thomas, Paul. But they come in and they'll give about a 20-minute talk on a Sunday morning. People that may have physical problems, they tune in, they listen to these great messages. And then we've started on Friday nights with the Hello Heaven show. That's been doing fairly well at this point for a new show. And Sunday nights, would you believe we've been doing channeling history for almost 3.5 years now?
Wow, doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it does to me. I'm running out of ideas for it. But,
yeah. And on the Sunday show, I mean, you've done stuff like talk to the captain of the Titanic, for one thing. It's a lot of people that you've been talking to from historical points of view.
Yeah, we try to keep that one historical. We've done different conspiracies on it. We've done we've channeled with
President
Kennedy. He told us about who pulled the trigger, and it wasn't Oswald. We've done a lot of different things on it historically. Believe me, it's a very different show. We do presidents. We've had
military.
We've been doing. We did 3 or 4 good shows on Medal of Honor winners, where we've actually channeled with what they've done, and most of them were W-2, but we've done Medal of Honor winners from Afghanistan, from Vietnam. We just try to cover all aspects of history with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You only pick the villains. I mean, you don't do the villains, right? You wouldn't change.
No. The first thing when we started, the very first day we ever started the board channel with our friends, the message came in: never ever invite evil. And then they gave us a special prayer of protection, and we even had it taped to the bottom of the channeling we used. And when we do channeling history, before we open up the channel, Connie always says the prayer on the radio as well. So we're very, very careful about who we talk to. So,
but isn't evil subjugated? I mean, how do you define evil in itself? Are we looking for demons and devils? Are you just looking for people that did horrible things that not necessarily they're evil?
all the above. We don't invite any of that. We don't want any of the dark energies, the Pudwuckies, the whatevers. We just simply want to talk to those that have gone into heaven and have led good lives and have something to talk about.
Interesting.
No, that's one thing we're very, very careful about. We would never ask for like a Stalin or a Hitler or anything like that because they're not available. They wouldn't bring them up and let us talk to them anyway.
Yeah, Kenny Kingston told me about Hitler in one of his books, and he said that he's there, but he's kind of segregated from everybody else because nobody else there wants to get around him. You know, even up there on the other side, they don't like negativity either, I guess.
No, they tell us repeatedly there's no evil in heaven.
Yeah, understandable.
Your life plan never includes evil. That's what you learn when you come back.
But I think that what I got out of it was that he's not in hell. He's not.
Well, there is no hell, according to everything we're told. There's 7 realms, and then there's one below, a lower level, where they isolate the truly evil people.
Yeah, like solitary confinement, sort of.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you believe in reincarnation, then they should be able to reincarnate and improve themselves. Isn't that the whole thing of reincarnation, that you keep coming back and prove yourself to the next life?
Well, yes, to a point. But when they reincarnate, they have to have a positive life plan. And when they did these lives of evil, they created all of this bad karma that they have to take care of. For instance, one thing they're always telling us is that if a person is blessed with great wealth and doesn't use it to help others, in their next life plan, because of that karma they create, they will live a life of poverty.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that are down in that lowest level, they have to decide that they're going to do right, and then they got to work off the karma they created. So it could take millions of lifetimes.
I would think that some evil people just want to be evil all along. And I've heard that, the DNA, our DNA, every time we come back, it's still the same person. It's just how we live that life. So maybe, I don't know, it's a good question for Laura at some point, but, if all the ones that are evil can keep coming back as evil, they don't get punished or anything. They just keep being evil, right?
Well, yeah, but every life plan that's made up doesn't include evil. That's something that they learn or have the inclination. So the guides have got to let them return. I mean, you have free will whether you want to return or not. Mm-hmm. You make up your mind to reincarnate, and then you got to work out your life plan with your guides. And if they don't think that you're ready to come back or that you're going to do evil things again, they delay it. There's no time on the other side. So it's whether they come back in a year or 1,000 years or 10,000 years. Over there, it's irrelevant. If they're not ready, they just hold on to them.
That makes sense. I just, there's so many evil people in this world, and like what Ron said, you can't always define what's right or wrong. Something that is evil to somebody is fine, normal to somebody else. So it's kind of a catch-22, right?
And not only that, it's hard to define evil from that particular time. I mean, for instance, slavery. Now, slavery, in a lot of instances, was accepted, and certain things. I picked slavery. That was a terrible one to pick. But anyways, certain acceptance of the time period, where as we look at it now, we say how barbaric it is. And so in reality, it's not the evil of the time, but it's the evil of our time. So we're judging from the future where in the past they were just doing what was acceptable at the time. So that makes it difficult. That's what I'm talking about as far as what is evil and what it isn't. It's easy to judge the past from the future, but unless you're really there to understand why they did these things, which is why what's wrong with channeling, Hitler or anything, if we can understand more of why these things happen, then in the future he can correct those things as well as we can correct things and people that look for people that are doing that same type of thing. So that's the kind of thing that I was kind of getting at, I guess.
Okay, because I was thinking that there's evil and then there's evil, but in the time thing as you're talking about, people that murder, that is, no matter what time period it is, that's wrong. That's evil.
Mm-hmm.
Other things might be.
So to kill somebody in war is still as evil as killing somebody on the street.
No.
Well, no, I don't.
No, that you're calling that justified evil.
When you're in the military and you're fighting to protect the innocent that need protection, just the same as a lawmaker or a peacemaker. If they have to kill in the line of duty, that's not held against them because they're protecting others.
Nowadays it is, but that's another story.
Yeah, we all have opinions, but those are the messages that we've received many, many times. I mean, we've done multiple channelings on the military, and we've had a lot of soldiers that have come back from war that are scared to death how they're going to be judged for what they had to do.
Exactly.
But they were acting under orders, so when you're in the military, theoretically, you're protecting those at home. So.
Well, I think that all four of us, will be, because you channel, Ron does a lot of stuff, I'm the witch. A lot of people think we're all of us going to go to hell. You know that, right?
Oh, my goodness, yes.
What?
I haven't been told that for almost a day.
What? Who? What?
Yeah, you too, Ron.
I'm going where?
Down below.
I don't think so.
Well, according to some people,
According to some people. Thank you very much for saying that.
Well, it's true. There are people that are
Barry and Connie might not know that I'm also a devout Catholic.
Yes.
I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus, a steward of the church. I'm very much involved in religion. Pray a lot. So just because I study the arts and the crafts and other things doesn't make me evil or damned to damnation.
But some people, does everybody know what you do and your stuff, the ghosty stuff?
In church they do.
Okay. Well, then you have a good church. Go somewhere else and they might kick you out.
Only a Baptist.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to, but thank you. But yeah, it's just, people think differently. And okay, a question to all of you. Are more people open-minded now about metaphysical things and things like that than maybe 50 years ago?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It all depends on your religion.
Well, since more people are non-religious, I kind of...
Evangelicals are the most nasty people that I deal with.
Who are?
Evangelicals.
Yeah.
Because they're saying that every word of the gospel is correct. And it so happens I've written a book about channeling the life of Jesus. And he had a family and children. What do you want me to say? No, and there are no mentions of it in the Gospels or either way. And you got 28 years of his life that aren't mentioned. So there's a lot of things that people have written into the Gospels that have become, shall we say, the truth over the years. Just like I'd like to ask the question about Noah on the ark. How did he get the kangaroos on? So who knows?
And even Adam and Eve, they had 2 sons. How did those 2 sons go on to populate the entire planet?
Well, I could tell you, but that's another story.
That's probably a whole nother show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring up my heritage, but that's all right.
The basic thing that the Bible says, and it's the best thing that we have, is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And if that's how you live your life, you're making God smile at you.
But okay.
If you in the Catholic Church, if you look at all everything that's there, if you look at the 10 Commandments, those are the commandments given to us by God. Everything else is filled in by the church religion.
Yeah, funny you should bring that up. We just had Moses on the Sunday sermon the other day.
Oh God, yeah, to bring him in.
Yeah. Yeah, and he told us he only got 6 commandments.
Oh, all right. Who filled in the other 4 or 12? Or
I didn't want to say anything, but that's all right.
Somebody, well, no. How could they? If it was in the tablets, and had to come out, there had to be.
Yeah, you got to remember he destroyed the tablets too.
Oh yeah.
Well, what he told us about the tablets was that they were rocks that he scribbled the information down on, so he didn't forget it.
Oh, so he was the secretary then?
And yes, he was by himself when he had the session with Jesus.
God says, Moses, take a note.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Basically, that's what it was.
Yeah, and get me my copy when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that time, it would have been something like
mead.
Mead. Yeah, yeah. I don't think they had coffee beans then. I don't know. Maybe they did. What?
Let me ask you this. Give you riddle you this. Well, speak when we're in that realm. And I'm sorry, Barry. Are we distracting you?
I don't think so.
We way off target here on the show, but I don't know. It's interesting talk. I enjoy talking with you. So the Ark of the Covenant. What did the Ark of the Covenant hold?
It held, the Ark held the stones that he had put the commandments on.
Marla?
I know nothing about this. I don't know.
No, the Ark it held what he wrote those commandments.
It contained the pieces of the stone, or if you believe the whole stone, so that's fine, or whatever. The stones, mead, the manna, not mead, manna from heaven. And, what's the third item? I believe, what was the third item? I just drew a brain. One of those things. Anyways, there's 3 items actually that are supposedly in the Ark of the Covenant. So next time you talk to Moses, no, Moses wouldn't know about the Ark. Yeah, he wouldn't, because they made it then. Find out what's in the cabinet besides the thing. So Barry, next time you speak to him, tell him to tell Ron, because Ron wants to know.
Okay, we'll put it in. We'll have a conversation with him. He had a really good message the other week. I mean, he told us the truth of the Exodus.
Cool.
We asked him how long it really took him. He told us 3 to 4 years.
Ooh.
He did not wander in the desert for 40, so there's a lot of common sense involved in all this stuff. When you really talk to the spirits that did it, they know the truth is actually much more believable than what we've been led to believe.
So are you ever in awe when you talk to some of these famous people?
Well, in the beginning, I was totally in awe of it. I'll never forget the first time we talked to President Kennedy. I mean, but
he was cool.
Yeah, I mean, he said, "Oh, just call me John." He's a cool guy. But we've literally talked with all of them, and Yeah, every time Jesus comes in, I feel that energy. We're usually in tears by the end of the show. But
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah.
So you mentioned that energy is when the different spirits come in, do you feel different energy? In other words, would you feel the same energy for Jesus as you would for JFK?
No. The energies will feel very different. And it depends on whether you're talking with upper level spirits or spirits that are in lower levels. We've done some we've done some crime solving, and when I talk with those spirits, I can hardly do it. They're very weak when they come in.
Mm-hmm.
You talk with the disciples, and they'll blow your headset off. There's a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. So we've been conducting red light seances for the past 14 years regularly, and we have all kinds of people that come through and talk through the table, though not a spirit board at the table, and we have different people, including some spirits supposedly that were trying to contact us from the other side, doing pretty much what we were doing on the other side. And even a person who is still living. So, what's your thoughts on what I just said? Does that make sense at all to you?
Not really. All the souls that we talk to are on the other side.
Yeah.
It's animals on the other side are no problem. Animals on this side are no problem. We can talk to the living animals.
Okay.
It's the soul energies that I can speak with. Aliens. We've all been aliens in the past. It's their energies is the same as a human energy, and there's better aliens. And I've seen a real alien, so I definitely know they exist, unquestionably. But when we were doing the alien books, they sent us an alien from the far side of our Milky Way galaxy. He was a blue, and he told us all kinds of stuff, and it's all coming true now. He told us enough to write 2 books. So it was quite an experience. But he had the same soul energy that any other human had.
So you don't think that you could contact a living person?
I've never been able to, no.
Because they do have the ability. If there are many of them, like Padre Pio and even Stalin had abilities to bilocate.
Well, but I have a specific ability. Just because you have one psychic ability, there's a lot of things you can't do.
Right, exactly. I'm not trying to compare it. I'm just trying to say, you said it didn't make any sense to you, and I'm trying to tell you that, in a way it does. And I'm giving specific instances. That's what basically I was trying to get at. I wasn't trying to belittle you or anything else on that, and so I apologize.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't considering that. But there's just simply one thing I can do, and okay. I've been with psychics that do things I can't do. They do wonderful things, but it's just I've been sent back with a specific gift. They want me to bring you the messages of all these holy spirits, and that's what I've tried to do through the last 10 years: is write books about the messages that they give. And I don't listen to a lot of other shows or a lot of other psychics because they do things I can't do. My gift is, in the beginning, it was much more general when they were trying to convince me. But as I've now consolidated and understand what I'm supposed to be doing, I've lost a lot of the abilities I had early.
So you've been here for a specific mission?
Yes, to do what I'm trying to do, which is to get the truth out about the life of Jesus and those that were around him.
Okay.
I heard a 1-minute thing, Ron, if you didn't.
Oh, thanks for telling me. We've got to wrap up. Okay. Anyways, Barry, if they want to, Barry and Connie, if people want to find out more about you guys, how can they?
YouTube channel, Barry Strohm. Our website is barrystrom.com. Between those two, you can find everything.
Okay, thank you so much for being with us. It was intriguing. I enjoyed the conversation.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting us. It's very kind.
And best of luck in your mission. And hopefully I'll see you on the other side.
Okay.
So, if I'm not in hell, according to Marla.
It wasn't me. No.
Not to worry.
All right. Good night, everyone. God bless and stay safe.
Good night.
From ghoulies to ghosties, long-leggedy beasties, and things that go bump in the night. Deliver us, good Lord.